students, it's Nazia Begum here, your physics lecturer, welcoming you all in today's lecture. Today we are going to study the rules for obtaining images formed by a concave lens, and then we will see how the images are formed in this case, okay, in this concave lenses. So here in front of you, you can see two diagrams are there, okay. When the light is parallel to principal axis, so after refraction, that means after passing through the lens, it will pass through focus. But here one thing you have to notice, that concave lens is a kind of diverging lens. It diverges the rays, okay. So after refraction, you can see here the ray is going away from this focus, okay. And what is our formula? That if the ray is parallel to principal axis, if the incident ray is parallel to principal axis, after refraction it will pass through focus. So here we can see that rays and focus, they both are in different directions. So here what we will see, we will imagine that we extrapolate the rays backside, okay, in this direction. And when we uh, extended the way, refracted way backside, so that time we can see that the ray is coming from focus, okay. So in this way, in case of concave lens, we will have an imaginary ray which is passing through focus, okay. Then we are having the second rule. When the ray is passing through optical center, it will pass simply without refraction in that same straight line. Then we have the third formula. Sorry, not the formula, it is rule. So then we have third rule. Here you can see that third rule is saying that when the incident ray is coming from focus, after refraction it will pass through principal axis. But in this case you can see that incident ray is coming from somewhere here and not from focus, okay. So that time again we will imagine that this ray, okay, this ray, when we extend it, it is passing through focus, okay. So in this case, after refraction, the ray become parallel to principal axis. So I hope these three rules are clear to you. Then let's see how the image is formed in concave lens. So in case of concave lens, we are having only two cases, okay. In case of convex lens, we were having 6 cases. I hope you all have done the practice of how the images are formed in case of convex lens, okay. You must do the practice of drawing the images. If you have done it, very good. If not, then do it today only, okay. So in case of concave lens, we have only two cases. In first case, the object is there beyond f, okay. So here in this diagram you can see our focus is here f, and beyond f we are having our object. So in this case, one ray AD from the top point of object, top point A, one ray AD is going parallel to principal axis. So after refraction it will pass through focus. And how it will pass through focus, that I have explained just now, okay. The ray will diverge, but when we extend it backside, that time we see that it is coming from focus. So dx will be the first refracted ray, and then the second ray AC is passing through optical center, so it will go without any deflection. And when both the rays go into our eyes, okay, here both the refracted rays, this one and this one, they are going inside the eye. So see, this ray is the real one, but this one is the imaginary ray FD, okay. So here one real ray is there, one imaginary ray is there, which we have imagined that it is going backside. When they both are meeting at one point, that time we are having our image here, okay. Here at this point they both are meeting and we are having our image here. So this will be a virtual image, virtual, erect and diminished one. You can see the size is smaller than the object. Okay. So if the object is there beyond f, anywhere beyond f, we are always going to have our image between f and c, and this is the virtual image. Okay. So from this thing it is clear, this diagram you can see in front of you, this is one picture of concave lens over a comb. So here you can compare what is the actual size of the object and what is the size of image. So in case of concave lens, the images are virtual and erect, but they are very very small in comparison with object. Okay, now one homework for you all. See, I have told you that in concave lens we are having two cases. Out of that, only one I am explaining here, that when the object is beyond f. Okay. The second case is when the object is at focus. At when the object is at focus, in that case the image will be formed at infinity. Now you all have to draw the formation of image by concave lens in case when the object is placed on focus. So this is your homework. Okay, and only one hint I am giving you, that when the object is at focus the image will be formed at infinity. So by following the rules of formation of images, you please try to draw that ray diagram. Okay, this is your homework. Now let's move to our next topic, which is power of a lens. So what is power of lens? The power of a lens is a measure of the degree of convergence or divergence of light rays falling on it. So when we say convergence or divergence, so we basically mean the bending ability of light. So when the light is passing through any refracting medium, that is lens, so that time light ray changes its path. Okay, and how it changes with its path, the light ray bend. Okay, so how much it is bending, more or less, according to that power of lens is there. If the bending is more, the power of lens is more. If the bending is less, then we say that power of lens is less. Okay, and one formula you can see here, the power of lens is defined as the reciprocal of its focal length in meters. So the most important thing here is in meters. Okay, so if you are given focal length in centimeter or in any other unit, first you have to convert it in meter, then only you will find out its power. Is it clear? So when you write the formula of power, just don't write 1 upon f, 1 upon focal length, just don't write that. You have to mention that it is 1 upon focal length in the lens in meter. This is very important thing, that in meter the focal length should be there. So power of lens is given by this formula, P equals to 1 upon f. Okay, where P equals to power of lens and f equals to focal length of the lens, and from this formula only we can clearly see that power is directly proportional to power is inversely proportional to f. That means if focal length is more, the power will be less. If focal length is less, power will be more. How? Let me show you. Okay, so now suppose we are having one lens. Okay, and for this lens, this is the focal length here. Okay, so when the light ray will come, the object will pass through this. Okay, so here you can see how the ray is bent. Now suppose for the same lens we are having a focal length focus here, this point. So when the light ray will come, after refraction it has to go from this point. Okay, so in first case this is our focal length, in second case this is our focal length. Okay, this is f1, this is f2. Now you tell me in which case the bending is more. Obviously in case of when the light ray is passing through f1. In this case bending is more in comparison with this case. Okay, so when f is that is focus is close to lens, that time the light will bend more, but when the focus is away from the lens, the bending is less. And power is what? Bending ability of light. So that means if the focal length is less, the bending will be more, that means the power will be more. So now here you can see that how they are inversely proportional. Okay, if we increase the value of f, the value of p will decrease. A lens of short focal length has more power, whereas a lens of long focal length has less power. So here you can see we are having two lenses, one is thick lens, one is thin lens. In case of which we will have more power, can you tell? So the answer is in case of thin lens we will have more power. Okay, because in case of thick lens the focal length is more, and because the focal length is more, that's why obviously the power will be less. And in case of thin lens the focal length will be less, and that's why the power will be more. Okay, remember this point, keep it in your mind that thin lens is having less focal length and that's why more power. So this is it for today's lecture. See you in next lecture. Till then, goodbye, take care, do some productive work, and the most important thing, be healthy, be safe.